Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Classic Gamer 74. I'm your host Anthony Gamer, and today's episode we're going to be discussing the lost classic, Streets of SimCity. Okay, so you've been playing SimCity 2000 for quite a while now. You are working really hard on making your city the best it can be. Well, after you've put all this hard work into a city and have created a metropolis, wouldn't it be nice if you could actually drive down the streets of your city and see what it's really like from the Sims' point of view? Well, now you can. In 1997, Maxis, the company that created SimCity 2000 and later the ongoing series of The Sims, created Streets of SimCity. Aside from being able to drive down the streets of any city that was created in SimCity 2000, you also have what has been described as a racing and vehicular combat computer game. In the initial game, you have these different scenarios that have specific objectives for you to complete. One of these is the deathmatch. Now, we're going to show you some of the footage from what that deathmatch is like. Pretty much in a lot of these games, what you're doing is driving around with armored cars, and I mean really armored cars with weapons, mines, machine guns, rocket launcher, all the fun stuff, and you're trying to destroy your opponents, who are other bad guys. Actually, your main mission in this game basically is to be a smuggler. That's pretty much it. You're driving around the streets of these different sim cities, and you're picking up packages and trying to make deliveries. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. You have other bad guys that are trying to stop you, as well as the police. The main composer for the awesome music in this game was Jerry Martin, who was also known for creating music for other computer games. The other composer was Dix Brown. He created the bluegrass music that you find on another station. Sometimes I use the songs from the rock station as the intros to some of my videos, and I actually enjoyed the music so much that I pulled the music off of the CD, converted it to MP3s, and I actually have a lot of those songs on some of my playlists. The commercials too are a scream. So anyway, best way I could describe the deathmatch is pretty much a demolition derby with weapons. There's other scenarios too where you have to make so many deliveries in a certain amount of time, but deathmatch is probably my favorite. So I'm going to turn on the bluegrass station, and you can just sit back for a while and watch me blow stuff up.
Devilman canned wax beans are packed in their own natural juices, with all the wholesome goodness locked in before it has a chance to escape. Send those organic beans to some starving child in a foreign country and buy Devilmans.
Technosim, we are
Oh
us.
no Tecmo music. Gotta have the bluegrass.
Scented smoke and the sharpest tax allowed by most cities, at or around cost. Oil for your slicker that won't harm trees or other
really hate Volkswagen Beetles. I think that goes back to one of my ex-fiancées who used to punch me every time she saw one on the street when we were driving. So. Another really cool aspect of the game is you can design your own cars that you can use at different times throughout the game and put them on your own car lot. I'm going to show you here how I design one of my favorite cars, which is a muscle type car that I use in several of the player's choice missions as well as the other scenarios. So you have a lot of different cars to choose from. You have a muscle car, a slug bug, this type of, I don't know what you call it, like almost like a Camaro, and you can even get a big box truck. So the possibilities are limitless. Unfortunately, your money is not completely limitless, but when you're playing the game, you can actually go to garages and upgrade your car and even sell it with the money that you make with your smuggling. Along with all the cool weapons, you also have other modifications like armor. You can actually have an airfoil, a hopper, all kinds of fun stuff. So, as I said, the possibilities are limitless with your car. After you've played the scenarios for a while, or actually if you get bored with the scenarios, you can do what's called player's choice. In this instance, you can build or purchase one of your previously created cars and go around these different cities, smuggling and shooting up your opponents and trying to make as much money as possible. And I've sometimes played this for hours. There are just lots and lots and lots. I can't even tell you how many pre-made cities are actually in this game. Plus, you can create your own cities, and best of all, you can play some of those cities that you created and spent months and months on in SimCity 2000. And if your car happens to get banged up, shot up, or blown up, you can always go back and get another car, or you can actually go to the garages, which are located in various places throughout the city, and purchase some upgrades. So, in a nutshell, this game is pretty much what you could say choose your own path to adventure. You don't have to do the scenarios. You can spend the entire time playing the player's choice. Like I said, I've done it myself for many, many hours over the 20 plus years I've been playing this game. For some reason, this game didn't really get the best reviews from different gaming magazines and other gaming channels. I'm not really sure why. As I've been a long-time gamer and I love the game, and I'd actually let some of my former students play it, when they were after their work was done and they were on breaks, and they absolutely loved it. So I'm not really sure why this game wasn't as well received as I thought it should have been. If I had to give a definite answer, I'd say it probably has a lot to do with the changing game market at that time. You had lots of competition from PlayStation had just been released, and you had Dreamcast, plus a majority of the games were more first-person shooting and RPG type games, as to where a lot of the freeform type games like SimCity and things like that really kind of were passé by that point. Some people actually even said that this game was like a ripoff of Armageddon or Twisted Metal, which I really disagree with, because those games were not on the same level as far as creativity and higher order, skills like this game is. But, again, that's my opinion, and that is why this game was selected by me as a Lost Classic. Now, if you've enjoyed what you see, chances are good that you'll want to play it. So, how do you go about doing it? Well, alright, you're going to have to make a couple adjustments, as, believe it or not, this is considered a Windows 95-98 game, and it really doesn't work that well on Windows XP. But it will work on Windows 10 with a couple of adjustments. I provided a link in the description below to help you so that you can play Streets of SimCity and some other Windows 95 and 98 games on your computer. So it does take a little bit of work and a few programs and some tweaking, but it is well worth the time that you put in order to be able to play some of your favorite old games on your modern computer. Well, that brings us to the end of another exciting episode of Classic Gamer 74. I really hope you guys all enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, you know what to do. Give me a great big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click that little bell icon down there so you'll be notified when I upload new episodes. In our next episode, we're going to be discussing rare and valuable games for the Atari 5200. Now, I know there weren't many games for this system, but there were a couple of them that are worth a little bit of money. Want to know which ones they were? Well, don't miss next week's episode. Well, until next time, this has been Anthony Gamer, and I will see you all in the next episode. Until then, have yourselves a great day. Goodbye.
I'm going down.